guys, how's it going? It was bizarre because I just looked over there and outside this window, the reason it was startling is because outside this window there's, you know, I'm like up on the second floor. I have a condo on the second floor, and it's not like there's a balcony out there or anything. So if I see something running by, it's gonna catch my eye. And it looked like something was running by. But today is Sunday and we have like, I don't know if it technically is storming right now, but we have like a winter storm thing going on. Just felt like wearing a cowboy hat today. And I don't know if you can really tell, but I did go on Friday. I've been so bad about vlogging this weekend, and that's what I'm gonna get to in a second. But we're doing the straight hair look today. So she fixed some of the areas that I wanted, but I don't know if you can tell because it's kind of blending in with my tank top here, which I feel the need to call attention to my tank top because sometimes when I wear a tank top and I have longer hair, I have people that write me notes going, I love that you do vlogs with no clothes on. I'm like, yeah, I do have a tank top on and a bra that matches, so there you have it. Hope I didn't just burst the bubble for some of you, but anyway, I actually just, you know, I came in here to set my camera up, and let's see what this does. Does that ruin the whole look? I don't think so. I came in here, and one of the things that I've been doing is, it's been so great because, especially the last 2 days, and you might have seen my Twitter status or my Facebook status, but I said yesterday, I'm like, you know what? I am just dedicating the rest of this weekend to the fine art of loafing, and that means like not rushing out and going anywhere. I talked about this a little bit last week, but it has been so hectic and crazy around here with, you know, life's little emergencies that happened in the month of November. I mean, literally, it was just exhausting. In addition to just kind of like a crazy 3 or 4 months before that. But I just kind of felt like, wow, I haven't even sat and watched TV, and I haven't spent like a day in my robe and hung out at my house. I was just always running, and even if I was squeezing in like a massage, I'm like squeezing in a massage, then I have to get up, and then I've got to go here, and then I've got to run over here, and then I've got to pack, and then I've got to leave. And it's just been that way for a while. And while I'm thankful for everything that all of that craziness is creating, you know, life is, Mr. Flo, I'm looking kind of pale today. I haven't gone tanning. Now that I'm back tanning regularly, I'm like freaking out if I don't go on a regular basis, like it's my job or something. Blair, I'm sorry about that. My friend Blair gets very upset at me about going tanning. I'm working on it, maybe. Not really. I'm sorry. But anyway, what was I saying? What was I saying? This is where someone like Joe would go. Kelly, you're all nice. But hey, I love this song. I finally found where all of my, I thought I had gotten rid of, this past year I took all of my CDs because I was running out of space for my CDs. I'm like, why am I saving CDs? I took all my CDs, dumped them on my huge iPod, and then gave the rest to my sister, let her download what she wanted, and then I said, donate the rest to the library. And then this Christmas came up, and I'm like, where's all my Christmas CDs? And I didn't think I had downloaded them, but I did, so I'm very excited about it. Anyway, so I've taken the past couple of days and really just, like when I got home yesterday, which was Saturday, after running some errands, I had to go to Target, which I love Target, had to just get some stuff for the house and whatever. Took my niece out that day, did some shopping. She's feeling very, very, you know how kids are? Those of you that are mommies, you know, when they've been the only child for a while, and then the new baby comes in, and there's like this diva issue that's going on. And I just feel bad, because not only was she so sick for that time, but she's also really just going through like, hey, I'm not the apple of everybody's eye anymore. That's the way she's feeling. So I wanted to take some like one-on-one time with her yesterday. Then I came here, and I put my sweats on, and I'm not gonna lie, I have the sweats on right now. But they don't match this, so I'm not to show you. Did I just ruin the whole moment? Like, you really should be thinking what I really have on down here is some fabulous black jeans and boots. Let's leave it at that. But anyway, got in my sweats and just literally like watched movies last night, watched some Christmas movies. I'm a dork, you guys. I love to watch like Charlie Brown Christmas and Rudolph and Frosty. And then I got this collection of Christmas DVDs at Target, and it had all the good ones like Frosty, but it also had 'Twas the Night Before Christmas and Twas the Night Before Christmas and Nestor the Long-Haired Donkey, which was so cute. Some of the ones that they don't necessarily play anymore, but I think they play a lot of them on ABC Family, which I have to disclose. When you're in my business, you have to disclose things. ABC Family is a client in my agency, so putting it out there on the video. I'm all about disclosure. Anyway, so I just took some time to sit down, and I've been in my office this morning and just kind of cleaning out. My office was I've been so behind on everything, you guys, and it's embarrassing. And this is one of my goals for New Year's. One of my New Year's goals is instead of I'm letting stuff pile up, especially mail, like because I travel, and then I get my mail when I come home, and I take the magazines and I sit down and read them, and sometimes, you know, I just let stuff pile up. You know, if it's a bill for a magazine or whatever. The one thing that has caught me the past 6 months is my darn water bill. You can't pay my water bill online. I have all my bills set to pay online automatically, and my water bill comes and it's like 20 bucks a month. So we get a quarterly bill like $70 every single time we pass. It's probably been 9 months. Is that right? Yeah, because it's been at least 3 times. This is really embarrassing, but I'm just going to tell you how bad I've been about my mail. I throw it in my office, and then at the end of the day, when I'm done with my office, I like my office to look all neat, so I take everything that's on my desk and I put it inside my closet. Inside my closet, I've got like a big desk and everything set up, and storage, and it's all labeled and whatever, so I throw it in there because it makes me feel like my office is neat and clean when it's shut off. But all that to say, my darn water bill, I keep forgetting that that's the only bill that I have to actually write a check, put a stamp on it, put it in the mailbox, and mail it. And so the past 3 times, it's really embarrassing because I feel like a delinquent, but I get this notice that they're about to shut my water off because I haven't paid the bill, and then I have to, you know, traipse over there, and I'm like, do you guys have an auto payment or a website where I can pay? Because, you know, I always forget. And she's like, I know. You know, and they're looking at me like, I know they are. So, all that to say, that's my new thing, is that when I get the mail, when I'm gone, I'm having my assistant go through everything during that day so that I address it when I come home. I have got to look at mail and address it, and just other stuff. I don't know if you guys do this, but my junk drawer here has been full of stuff that, like, I'm so known. I did one of those personality tests where the guy nailed it. He's like, I bet you're one of these people that you have sloppy handwriting and you write yourself a ton of lists. I write a ton of lists, and then you know what I do? I put all of these lists on top of each other, and I feel like, okay, I know I'm going to address it if it's all together. And whatever it is, like my grocery list, if I have to go to the bank, if I have to go to the library, return books, whatever it is, I put it all on a bunch of lists, and then I keep them all together, but then I go in and it's like 3 weeks later and I've got just stacks of crap. And I was just going through some of them and I'm like, what is this? It's something I pulled from a magazine that I wanted to look up or buy or refer to somebody, whatever. So one of my biggest, like, just life things that I'm going to work on is finding ways to address everything either within a week or that day. Just getting more organized on that. Instead of having 700 lists going around, I'm going to let myself have 1 pad of paper and everything goes on that. My friend Laura and I were talking about this, you know, sometimes for some of us, you might think you're really organized with your laptop or your computer and having it on online. It's hard for me, like even with my calendar, putting stuff in here, I like to be able to see it. So find out what works for you, but I'm finding what works for me is to have one main, like, notebook or whatever that I'm working on at my desk, divide it in half, leave half of it for, like, my business, whatever I have to have done that day for work, for business, and the other half of it's just strictly like, hey, gotta get to the dentist, which I said a year ago, hello, if I have to return books, whatever the personal things are, and then rate them by priority, because otherwise I just find myself, I don't know about you guys, and I've done this with my workouts too, with my training. I'm just winging it, and I'm trying to multitask way too much. I'm trying to wing it way too much. I'm trying to attack everything and make everybody happy way too much. This is like the clarity that I've achieved the past 2 days. I'm sharing this with you for a reason, group hug. But I finally figured out, like, okay, a couple of things. I need to calm down and realize I can't keep everybody happy all of the time. I'm gonna let some people down, probably gonna let myself down. So all of us, I think, need to get over the fact that we can't keep everybody happy all the time. But that said, we've got to make priorities on what we really want to accomplish in our work, in our personal life, in our fitness life, and prioritize and say, okay, if this is it, if I know that I want to run, if I want to run 6 days a week, if I want to run 4 days a week, this has to be my priority, okay? So this is what I've got to schedule in my week. That's a no-brainer. That's non-negotiable. Decide in everything what's non-negotiable for you. What is it that you can't not do, so that you're not getting to the end of the week like I have been and going, oh crap, I only worked out 3 days this week. What are you gonna do? If, you know, we all use time blocks for whatever works with our schedule, but for me, I go Sunday to Saturday. So I always have my weeks mentally just start for me on Sunday and then they end on Saturday. If I'm getting to Saturday and I haven't squeezed in my workouts for that week, you can't push them. It's not like minutes with a cell phone. You can't push them over into the next week, okay? So instead of waiting until the end of the week and panicking and trying to fit all that in, plan for it. Figure out what's non-negotiable. I've got to make sure that I figure out what I'm doing each week with my workout and plan it, okay? It's got to get scheduled just like the other things that I've got to get scheduled, okay? I've got to understand that when the mail comes, I have to look through it all. If I put it off, okay, and I don't delegate it and make sure I either have my assistant telling me what I need to address or that I found a way to say, okay, this is what I've got to look at today. It's 5 minutes. We always overestimate how long something's gonna take. I don't know about you guys. Are you like me, that you look and you're like, ugh, the things that you wanna put off, the things that are my pet peeves, like vacuuming the stairs and emptying the dishwasher. Those are my pet peeve chores, and I roll my eyes because I don't want to do it. Guess what? I've started to time it. We're talking about 1.5 minutes to empty the damn dishwasher, Kelly. So realize that, you know, when you're estimating sometimes times on big projects that you don't want to do every week, it's not going to take that long, so get over it. So back up. You can't please everybody all the time. You've got to decide what's important to you and stand with it and just, you know, decide, put your foot down, and like Amy's taught me, you've got to just own it and say, this is what I'm doing. This is the decision that I'm making. I don't have time for this. I'm sorry. Get used to saying no to people. I have had a big problem with that. I think I can say yes to everybody and keep everybody happy, and then I'm either exhausted or I'm constantly canceling and letting people down. So you've got to learn to just stop over-promising, but under-promise and over-deliver. It's a good business habit. It's a good personal habit. So I'm doing that. I'm cleaning up. I'm cleaning out my house. I mean, I've done this over the past couple of years. I got to watch my time. But just simple things too, like even though my whole house, if you go around here and it's organized and it's labeled and it's plastic containers and everything's got a label on it, there's stuff that I've been storing, you guys, because I figured I bought this is good quality, or this is, you know, this is a Donna Karan, or this is some like really good designer, whatever, something, and it's quality and I've never worn it, so I can't throw it away, I can't give it away. If you're not using it, if you're not wearing it, and you haven't done so in a year, and it's not something like Christmas decorations or spring, you know, anything for the house, I tend to use over again. Like when I clean up my house for Christmas decorations, it goes in a plastic bin, I reuse it every year. Okay, so that said, that's out of the question. But if you haven't used something in a year, I was like storing, I had these great pillows. I had extra pillows for my bedroom. And I stored them, you know why? Because when I was married, we had 3 or 4 bedrooms, and I actually had a guest room. So when I moved in here, I'm storing these pillows like, well, these are great pillows. You know, when I move, I'll use those in my new house. Guess what? I'm storing pillows. Pillows are like that high and that much space. And I'm storing them. It's like, why? I don't know when I'm gonna move out of this house. It's time to like give it up and let it go. So I gave it to my sister because I think my niece needed a few extra pillows on her bed, and I had more room for myself so that I have more room to store what I need. I end up needing more storage for protein powder right now, okay? I've got more stuff that I need space for. So I encourage you, if you're into that and you're finding that you're overwhelmed by details and clutter somewhere, make room for what you need in your life. It is like, it's been so amazingly cleansing for me to get rid of this. And I gotta tell you, like, I'm feeling so great. I'm feeling like I've cleaned out the clutter, like emotionally and professionally, ready to go.